All right, let's talk about Section 230. Because, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with this. This, the control of manipulation of information on the internet. This is the Safe Tech Act. Okay, let's hear from Mark Warner. This is the guy who's trying to put it forward. Now, he is a U.S. Senator from Virginia. And we'll just, it starts out fairly decent. And right away there's something's up when it's the Washington Post right here, which of course is NewsGuard certified. The Safe Tech Act doesn't interfere with free speech. It's about allowing these platforms to finally be held accountable for harmful, often criminal behavior enabled by their platforms, to which they have turned a blind eye to for too long. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mark Warner.
Let's see where you're going.
Let's see where you're going with this. Let's just, it's a thread, all right? 1 of 8. I'm going to read them all because you really got to. For years, Section 230 provided a get-out-of-jail-free card to platform companies as their sites are openly and repeatedly used by bad actors to cause damage or injury. Section 230 will be brought into the present day with the Safe Tech Act, created targeted exceptions. All right. We've seen over and over again that online advertising is a key vector for all manners of frauds and scams, in many cases targeting the most vulnerable users, such as seniors. Okay. And then he posts this article, how Facebook fueled a precious metal scheme targeting older conservatives. Okay, all right. Stopping the schemes. All right, you haven't lost me. We've similarly seen ads used to prey upon and mislead those seeking reproductive services. Google loophole allows anti-abortion clinics to post deceptive ads. Okay, all right. I'm just going to keep going. And for those looking to sign up for healthcare at the Affordable Care Act deadline, a Pennsylvania woman was convinced she bought Obamacare insurance. She got scammed. All right, stopping scams. Okay, good. All right, yeah. People getting scammed on the internet, like, sure. I guess there's some sort of checks and balances that we can have there. Perhaps most shockingly, the opaque and broken online advertising market these platforms operate in has been a boon for foreign-based scammers, including fraudsters based in China, allowing them to defraud and exploit American users and businesses. You know what? Still pretty good. Like, we shouldn't allow foreign governments to interfere with our elections. I'm sorry, I meant interfere with American minds. By the way, China spent millions of dollars influencing our election over the past 8 months. But that's neither here nor there. But it is absolutely part of what's going on here. I'm going to keep going here. See, the bill would make clear that Section 230 doesn't apply to ads or other paid content. Wait, what?
What?
Why would you not? Wait, what are you saying? You don't want it to apply because it protects them. Okay? So it's like, all right, okay. Bar injunctive relief. Impair enforcement of civil rights laws. Bar wrongful death actions. Bar suits against alien tort claims. And more. I guess this is from his website about it. Doesn't bar wrongful death actions, allowing the family of a descendant to bring suit against platforms where they may have contributed to a loss of life. I mean, that's I feel like very specific
right. Like
claim.
Is that for like Tim and accounting? They put that in there? Like, it seems very like...
Yeah, like who did that? Like what happened? Right. I don't know. Doesn't impair enforcement of civil rights laws, maintaining the vital and hard-fought protections from discrimination, even when activities or services are mediated by internet platforms. Maintaining vital and hard-fought protections from discrimination. See, as soon as you say discrimination, now I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Doesn't bar suits under the Alien Tort Claims Act, I didn't know what this was, potentially allowing victims of platform-enabled human rights violations abroad, like the survivors of the Rohingya genocide, or seek redress in U.S. courts against U.S.-based platforms. And then finally, doesn't interfere with laws that address stalking/cyberstalking or harassment and intimidation on the basis of protected classes, ensuring that victims of abuse and targeted harassment can hold platforms accountable when they directly enable harmful activity. I have the act right here. All right. And something that caught my right here down, like it basically went through all of that. But here it says service providers' disregard of the misuse of their platforms has produced more than just consumer harm. In many cases, continued and reckless inaction of platforms has facilitated pervasive online harassment of BIPOC, LGBTQ, and the religious minority users, with abusers often shielded by online anonymity and and fend for themselves. A law that was supposed to promote online speech was instead helped bad actors intimidate, bully, and hound some of the most vulnerable and marginalized users from protection or participation in increasingly online public sphere. Platforms enjoy legal immunity, even where their services are openly used to perpetuate foreseeable and preventative violence. A platform that hosts organizing efforts for armed militia groups making direct calls for violence faces no legal consequences in its actions, even when reported by users hundreds of times in advance of tragic events. Similarly, even as platforms repeatedly provide the recruiting and organization tools for violent and extremist groups, including surviving as the organization infrastructure for those engaged in the of course, they have to drop this freaking capital siege in everything. What about the human trafficking, the child pornography that's going on these platforms? Why isn't that front and center? What is going on that they are vilifying these people that didn't even cause the violence? They are making every single Trump supporter a part of this. I'm sorry, it gets me so annoyed when that's their go-to now, that they're trying to just change the history and label that as the most traumatizing thing that's happened over the past year. Not talking about the billions of dollars of damage because of the manipulating people across this country into having this racial inequality, fuel people to burn down buildings and small businesses that have nothing to do with it at all. That should be part of this. That them manipulating, or say an election directly using these media platforms to manipulate the masses to vote how they want to, when they need to fortify an election. They got to fortify that election.
Got to fortify it, man.
Yeah, we got to fortify it. Make sure. So if they had 230 protections, it's like, look, what happened to having a thick spine and not giving two poops about what people think about you? Like, you could say what you want about me. I don't care. Say what you want. Call me what you want. Look, you banned me for calling you Adam Cringler. Yeah, well, I don't need to have people that are just going to make fun of me on my platform. I'm going to, peace. I don't need to look at you. I don't need to have someone around if you're just going to be an a-hole to me. There's a difference between it affecting me and me booting you off my platform. Bye-bye. You don't affect me. Bye-bye. But you don't get to sit here and just be an a-hole. Like, that's the whole point of a block. You can get blocked. Bye-bye. It's okay with me. You're not going to affect my life. You didn't affect my life, but you don't get to just come around. Bye-bye. That's the whole point of a block. You're gone. You don't get access to me anymore. You want to come in my chat here and talk stuff to all of my my homies? Bye-bye. You get booted off. That's the beauty of being able to block people. All right, it's my choice. It's what I see on my platform that I'm using. Sure, I'm on Twitter, but when you boot people off the platform completely, they claim that they don't. And I did a segment on this last week or maybe it was earlier in the week. I don't know. My episodes blend together, but they're basically saying that, well, big tech censoring conservatives is actually a conspiracy theory and a form of misinformation. Or they're trying to convince everybody.
Don't look at that Time article. Don't look at that Times article.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to
pick a freaking lane.
Pick a lane. They're trying to convince everybody that, well, the right is not allowed to spread misinformation. But we're allowed to spread misinformation because it's to fortify the elections. It's to fortify our power. That's really what it is when you look at it. So Section 230, it's like, look, everyone has the right to say whatever they want. But everyone needs to remember they have a right to not listen, to not have it affect you. Hate speech? How do we know what hate speech is if they get rid of it all? There's no such thing as hate speech. It's speech that you hate, that triggers you, okay? And that's in Tom McDonald's new song. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I love that line because it's the truth. You just don't like it. You just don't agree with it. You think it's triggering, and you are triggered. The problem is you. The people who get triggered for it. Don't get triggered by it. Don't care. Shame the people. You're a terrible person for being a racist. That's how you respond with racism. If you see it. If I see it, in fact, I have heard someone called my own sister or said something very racist, and I told them to get the F out of my house. You're no longer welcome here at all. How dare you? In this day and age, right now, like, who the F do you think you are? Man, I have to hold myself back. But I'll tell you, I didn't when I heard that. That's what you do. You call people out right then and there. You don't put a blanket statement, all white people are racist. That's ridiculous. The fact that you're saying white people in general, it's like, man, when are we going to drop the race? When is it going to be the point where we realize we're all humans?
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, and the thing that I said then is it's everybody speaks in absolutes.
Yeah.
Absolutes that are pointed at the other person. So even with this stuff that we were just talking about, we are absolutely right in everything that we do, whether we manipulate, whether we change things, whether we're doing it for the good of everybody.
Yeah.
If the other side, if anybody else does it, they are wrong.
Yep.
They are wrong. Even if they're doing the exact same thing, they are wrong. It is the proverbial parents telling the children, do what I say, not what I do. And that's not what we can do. We're not your kids.
Yep.
We're not your kids. You may be well older than us, and it may be because you've spent way too much time in a cushy job that you should have had some sort of term limit on.
Yep.
That's neither here nor there. But the fact of the matter is that people are walking around treating everybody like we're their kids, and you're going to decide what we listen to. I do that stuff for my 6-year-old, okay? I don't need you freaking doing that for me. And if you want to know why everybody's rioting and why everybody's freaking out, it's because when we're already down and out, instead of figuring out how to help people, you're going over here and deciding, oh, I don't know if we're going to give people stuff because I don't know if we're going to give people money that's going to help people. I don't know if we're going to give any sort of aid. I don't know if we're going to open back up because you guys aren't doing what we want to do yet. You guys aren't going to say yes to these 70 or 80 freaking things. What's up with that? Every time I say that, I think of the Tracy Morgan thing. Ooh-wee, what's up with that? What's up with that? Sorry.
Hold no, I don't want to lose this.
I know, and I don't go.
It's all black and white. You're either on this side or if you're on this side. If you're on this side,
absolutely,
how dare you be over there? And if you're over there, how dare you be over there? Hey, look, the majority of people are in the middle, the bell curve, going, what is up with these people? On both sides, they're crazy. Look, I'm not on either one side. I have different views on different things. Like, everybody's different. All of us are different. We can't do this battle of the left and the right. This, black and white. Like, I'm talking just simple colors, lack of color versus full color. It's not race. I'm not talking a race thing. I'm just talking like, it's not stark difference, yin and yang. It's like everybody, the shades of everybody is so drastically different mentally, where we all are at. Yeah, we all bleed the same, but everybody's different. Everyone you don't just like, well, did you vote for Trump? Oh, Trump, you voted for Trump. You're way over there. You are now a full-on conservative Republican that, like, you fit all of these brackets. Like, no. Don't try to put me in a box. I am me, and every single person deserves the right to choose who they are and not be put over on this bracket. They keep saying every time I read the Capitol Hill siege, and it's like, oh my goodness!
What siege? A bunch of stoners ran around there and did some bad stuff. Some
straight up
got hurt. But I mean, it was some jacked up stuff that now no one knows what to believe. Maybe you didn't hear this when you read it, but that Times article just said, yeah, we do whatever we want. So as long as you guys are good with that, we do whatever we want, but we're the good guys. So you can know that we're doing it for you. Yeah. And anything that he does, anything that those guys do, it's the bad guys. I know it sounds like the same stuff, and I know I said cabal twice, but don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We're allowed to say cabal because we're part of the cabal. Like, it's like, well, it's our cabal, so you plebs can't do anything about it anyway. It's ridiculous.
I'm saying.
All right.